Sri Hari, an easy and quick means to realize God. Swami Ramsukhdasji, a man can realize God very easily and quickly. However, it is because of the attachment to the world that it seems that God will be realized with great difficulty and will take a very long time. In fact, God realization is not difficult. However, renunciation of attachment to the world is difficult. If we reflect upon it deeply, we come to know that renunciation of attachment is also not difficult. The reason is that no attachment remains constantly. A person is predominantly attached to two things: pleasures and prosperity. However, attachment to them does not remain constantly even for a single day. It has no power at all to remain constantly. We are attached to the things which emanate and perish. This is a rule that things which emanate and perish can never satisfy a man, meaning the self. How can the perishable satisfy the imperishable? How can attachment to the perishable be imperishable? It can't be at all. Attachment is a fleeting flaw. The method to root it out is to enhance the one and only desire, meaning longing, and that is, may I develop love for God only. We should think day and night how to enhance love for Him. Besides love for Him, we should have no other desire, not even the desire for His darshan, vision. In this desire of love for God, there is remarkable power. If this desire is enhanced, God can be realized very quickly. This desire should be enhanced so much that all other desires are annihilated. If there is only one burning desire, I must have exclusive love for God. It will be fulfilled within no time. May God appear sweet and dear to me, and may I feel love for His lotus feet. This is indeed our essential need. There is a difference between necessity and desire. The worldly desire is called longing, wish, craving, hope, etc., while the desire for God is called necessity, hunger or thirst, etc. It means that attraction towards the perishable is desire and attraction towards the imperishable is a necessity. A desire attracts a man towards pleasure and prosperity, while necessity directs a man towards the association with exalted souls, adoration and meditation, etc. It is a rule that desires are never satiated, while necessity is certainly fulfilled. The extent to which we have accepted our affinity for the inert, meaning the insentient, to that extent we feel a lack of things, and this lack is compensated only by necessity. When affinity for the inert is renounced completely, desires are wiped out and essential need is fulfilled. Till today, all desires of even a single person have not been satiated. If we gain a lot of wealth, riches, property, pleasures and even kingdom of infinite universes, our desire will never be satiated. It will remain unsatisfied. However, the essential need is certainly fulfilled. It is never wiped out. If there is no desire for or attachment to anything, the essential need will be fulfilled undoubtedly. Our essential need is of God. We must never forget this essential need. We must keep this flame burning within at all times. If we feel sleepy, let sleep come. However, from our side, this essential need must not fall into oblivion. If we keep up the intensity for the deep longing and need for God realization burning and aroused continuously 24 hours a day, our aim of God realization will be attained within this period. In between, if any other desire emanates, it will take much longer. If other desires arise, we should negate, meaning disapprove, them by shaking our head. If there is no other desire, God realization will not take even a day. God realization is not difficult, because where does God not exist? When does He not exist? In whom does He not exist? There is neither a thing, nor time, nor space, nor place, nor person, nor state, nor circumstance in which God is not present. The only thing that God needs is a desire to realize Him. We must have only that one desire, that intense longing, how to realize Him. We need not see how He is. We must never forget that it is an essential need for us to attain Him. Revelation of the only desire may take time. However, God realization will take no time. The people may call us mad, may utter any words against us, we need not care. If we have the only desire to realize Him, all other desires will be wiped out. When all other desires are wiped out, the craving for God realization will be fulfilled. In the Gita, the Lord has declared, Gita 8:14, meaning, O Parth, son of Kunti, the yogi who perpetually thinks of me and undividedly remains absorbed in me, to him I am easily attainable. Ananyasita means that the aspirant should have no desire besides God. He should have a desire neither for life, nor for death, neither for pleasure, nor for pain. The term asatatam means that he should think of God constantly, from the time he is awake to the time he is asleep. And anitayasa means that he should think of Him from today to the day he dies. When an aspirant possesses these three characteristics, God is easily attainable to him. It means that he should constantly have the only necessity, the only hunger, the only awakening how to realize God. As soon as an aspirant has the only inclination, meaning, attraction, towards him, he is attained. If there is any other inclination, it will be a stumbling block to God realization. There should not be any difficulty in having only one inclination. The reason is that besides God, there is nothing permanent and imperishable. Then how will an aspirant be attached to them? Why should he be inclined to them? Where will he be inclined? There is nothing or none which who may stay at all times, everywhere, in everything, in every person, in every state and in every circumstance. However, God pervades equally everywhere, at all times, in everything, in every person, in every state and in every circumstance. In the entire universe, there is nothing else besides God. The reason for delay in the attainment of God, who equally pervades everywhere, is that we don't want him. A sin is not an obstacle to his attainment. If a sin is an obstacle, it means that the sin is stronger than God. However, this is not possible at all. A man's mean mentality or mean act is called a sin. A sin is not permanent. By association of exalted souls, saints, by chanting the Lord's holy names and by bathing in the holy Ganges, sins can't stay. Even the deadliest sin has no power to stay. The reason is that actually sins have no existence. It is only God who exists. God equally resides in sins and virtues, in good and bad, in the pure and the impure. Someone said to me, "Your God resides in hell." I replied, "Our God equally resides everywhere. He is in heaven and also in hell. There can be no place devoid of God at all. He pervades everywhere. He is in heaven and also in hell. Your ancestors must have gone to hell, therefore they must have informed you about his residence in hell. There can be no place devoid of God. He pervades everywhere. If an aspirant has only desire to attain God, he will be certainly attained. It may take only a day or two. If an aspirant does not desire wealth, prosperity, praise, respect, honor, glory or anything else, he will certainly attain God. There is no doubt about it. How to attain God? If this question ever remains ignited within, how can God remain hidden? If an aspirant feels hungry, he should take food. If he feels thirsty, he should drink water. If he feels drowsy, he should sleep. He should not be obstinate. He has not to relish food and derive pleasure from it. Similarly, he should not derive pleasure from water and sleep. As a patient takes medicine, similarly when he feels hungry, he should eat food without relishing it. Does a patient relish medicine or derive pleasure from it? An aspirant should have exclusive desire for God realization. What can be an easier means than this? This desire is accompanied by other desires. This is the obstacle. Every man, whether a sinner or a fool, he is eligible, meaning qualified, for God realization. No one is unqualified for God realization. He should have the exclusive yearning for attaining him. Any other desire besides it is the stumbling block to his realization. If he is not troubled by hunger, thirst and sleep, there is no need to eat food, to drink water and to go to bed. Can a man stay alive forever by eating food, by drinking water and by getting sleep? A man dies even while eating food, drinking water and getting sleep. Food, water and sleep have no power to keep a man alive. If a man can die of hunger, he can also die of eating food and drinking water. One day every person has to die. Then what new loss does he sustain if he dies without eating food and drinking water? Whatever has to happen will happen. However, I don't ask you to die of hunger or thirst. The reason is that when he is hungry and thirsty, he cannot remain in balance. Therefore, if he feels hungry and thirsty, he should eat food and drink water. If he feels drowsy, he should get sleep. However, he should not forget his essential need. He should ever keep it ignited. God realization depends on us whether we realize him in a moment or in days, months and years together. It is our desire which makes a difference, otherwise God realization is instantaneous. The Lord has declared, Manasa, Sundar 44:1, as soon as we have an inclination to God, the sins of millions of births are annihilated that very moment. Sins, misconduct and defect have no power to hinder God realization. If anything can hinder God from meeting us, what an end, bliss, will that God be able to shower upon us? Of what use is that, Lord? There is the need of an exclusive desire for him. An aspirant should take precaution that he should never forget to have an exclusive longing for him, then God realization will neither be difficult nor be delayed. From the book in Hindi Satya Ki Kaha by Swami Ramsukhdasji.